a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of stone.
Am I right? I don't know what the next part is.
Where I hear the music, close my eyes,
And feel the wind
wrap
round, take a hold of my heart. Feeling, yeah! Come on, everybody! It's time for the Primo Kimo thing with the lady. She's singing. It's very exciting. Passion. eBay. Yeah. Make it happen. Where's that AI listing tool we're waiting for? All right, we made it. We're super cool. Super hot, really? Just kidding. Super hot. Super cool. Whatever we are, we're here. It's Monday. Cracking the horde. Cracking that horde. That's what we're doing. I'm hot. Why? Because I just shipped out 27,000 packages. We didn't even have that many items up for sale on eBay. We shipped out more items than we had for sale today. How did that happen? Did I even get paid for them? I don't think so.
I'm watching this.
I know. I'm totally mesmerized by a flash dance video. She was good, huh? She's a dancing. Where's Amy when we're talking about dance? We know Amy's out there, and we know you guys are out there. Aloha. Wait, I don't think you're talking. I had you on mute.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything anyways.
Not really.
No, I was yapping. I was
I
flapping up
was
the
saying
gums.
aloha.
Aloha. I didn't pull up the thing. We're a little behind the 8 ball today.
Oh, the chat.
What's worse than the 8 ball? Why is the 8 ball so bad? First of all.
It's also a magic one, too.
It's magic. Ooh, voodoo. It wasn't so, people didn't like that back in England and here. Remember how they would just burn the witches? Now we celebrate them through Halloween. Thank you. I'm trying to get to the chat words. I'm going to get there. I know there's new people in the chat, so I'm trying to get there. Or not, maybe not. Somebody I didn't recognize. Who is that?
That's Pitco.
Oh, right. Are you guys all in? We're going to have to deal with your weird. No, Paul Rose is normal. Pitco just changed his name to Prosser's Independent Trading Company, or Pitco. Thank you.
And his emoji, too.
I'm going to, if it accidentally plays, that's...
Or whatever it is, profile picture.
Live. And I have to go over here and download, I have to pop out the chat. So much. My work is never done. So now it's going to try to play it because it's live. How you guys been? How was your weekend? Sales have been great. We really did ship out so many things. I'm sweating. But I could just be sitting here sweating. But I actually moved around, and that was great. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Pop out the chat. Chat is popped, and then we got to get the overlays so that we can do the thing, which is the most exciting.
What is he doing?
He's licking my elbow like a little baby. Does your baby, do you guys' babies lick your elbows? Is that a thing they do? I have a dry elbow. Technically psoriasis, but there's barely any there. But he likes to lick it. And that's, I'm not going to argue with him. If he wants to have psoriasis tongue, that's all I can give it to him. That's his thing. Hold on, I almost got it. Copy. And then go over to the big, and then to the chat, and then, okay, I got it. We're so close, people. So close. And Biff Boffo, best June, maybe,
Hey.
definitely better than last June. Oh my God. Did I say it was the best June? Best June ever. It says right there. The title is Best June Ever. Slappin' Summer, Slowdown, Silly. Like, psh, 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 like you do to me as soon as we get off the show. You're like, good job, husband.
Like Batman does to Robin.
Yes, like it's just one solid slap with a word above it. A word bubble comes up, and that's how we end all shows as soon as we turn off the lights. But I do see that I said that, and it's true. It's primarily true because it's the best one for sure, without a doubt, because we had that super huge sale that basically shut down our getting our money from our store. But our sales have just been blossoming. They're keeping all our money until the items are delivered. That doesn't seem to slow. That's not slowing down our sales right now. But I will say, I noticed 3 or 4 days of really lackluster sales, and I put on the 30% sale in the Omega Moon Media Store. In the media store where there's not a lot of money into the merchandise, we have plenty of room to move from $18 down to whatever 30% of 18 is. What is that? Like 17? What is 30% of 18? Let's just
Well,
let's
just
see.
do like
Just
a
do this.
third divided by 3.
I don't hear
You're
any
clo-
noises
you're
from
close
that.
Enough.
There we go.
Six.
Found it. So yeah, carry the one. So like it's I'm gonna guess it's 15. No, 18. What's a third of 18? Let's try that again. Yeah, it's coming up blanks. Just all at
6
signs.
times 3 is...
Right. Got it. Okay, everybody. I got it. It's 12. Well, it's more than 12. It's like 12.50. What's my point on that? It's that I can sell things for $12.50 right now. But my bigger point is that we have a whole bunch of money that's going to be held until everything is delivered. Of course, I wanted to make sure everything is sent off. We don't sell anything media mail. Everything we charge for shipping, but flat rate. And one thing I wanted to mention, because I guess I'm really bad at it. I went in there to check out our I just think we should get more sales in the media store. And I know every time somebody comes in and wants to buy multiple things, it's not working right. Like the multiple quantities aren't working. And I know James knows that, and we know that, but we've found out a couple of things. Like if somebody sends you an offer, then that doesn't work. But if you send them an offer, it does. There's like a couple of different angles.
One thing that we thought maybe when you were trying to buy some VHS tapes.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. Was that I noticed that some people who have like 10,000. No, I guess it really doesn't matter. Some people had it figured out. So I could make an offer, or they could send me an offer. I could put it in the cart, and then the cart would show the discounted rate and the shipping discount both. And I don't know how I got there, but they would send me an offer. I would look at it and say, see it in cart. I would press see it in cart, go to cart. Then I would close the cart and then open the cart through another page.
If you put something in your cart
It was crazy.
And then you get an offer from the seller at a lower price than what it was in the cart. If you don't take it out of your cart, and if you go to just, finalize the transaction, you are charged the original price when you put it in your cart. So you need to make sure you take it out of your cart.
I've been doing aggressive buying on eBay of things. In fact, I'm waiting for. I want to ask our dear friend is. Wait, who's this? This is Axe Monkey right here. Axe Monkey, I have a question for you. Do you combine shipping?
The other thing that we were thinking too is combined shipping.
Putting her on the spot. We might not get a response.
Yeah, she's probably working.
How dare you people work?
The other thing we were wondering too is, does combined shipping, because when you were trying to do the VHS tapes,
Yes.
And you're like, oh, look, the combined shipping isn't being applied to this
Yes.
one. And we thought maybe it was because combined shipping is when you're paying full price for something.
They won't.
So you're not
combine
getting
the-
double discount essentially.
Although shipping is a separate discount. So I've really been jumping into the discounts because there are way more discounts that I really understand or how to utilize them. And so
Yeah,
I'm
she
wondering.
combines her shipping.
Yes, you do. So guess what? Check this out. I have over in. Okay, so let me ask the second question. Okay, I have 2 VCR tapes I'm going to purchase from you. I was going to buy them and then just be like, "Hey, I bought." But I'm very, very curious. Do you combine ship? Should it come up on the cart? Hopefully, I have this set up. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Oh man. So I have one of the tapes in here, but I wanted to get 2, and then so the other one was I have Starman from Axe Monkey, and I have what was the other one? Shoot, is it in here? So anyway, what I was very curious about is how people are seeing my store when they come and they look and they want to buy 2 or 3 or 4 things. How I don't think I'm getting enough sales because of that. And I'm sure everyone understands. I know Biff does. I see Biff saying things. And it's just like, but I want to create a seamless effort so I don't have to go ask the person ask them if they combine shipping. Some people have it figured out and I can't figure it out. I can't get my things to show up if I go shop them to show up as $4.99 for the first one and 50 cents additional. Yet I am purchasing them from people who in the cart, it shows that way. Please, man. Derek VW, please. Derek W. Pratt. Hello, all you beautiful people.
Aloha.
Obviously talking about her. Just wanted to jump in really quick to say hi. I'm here home working in the background, cleaning and organizing my rooms, eBay storage, and my bedroom due to a
A
whoa.
water leak. Dang. Like your pipe was leaking, or did you have rain and that leaked? That sucks.
Wherever that water comes from, it's never a good idea to have it not where it's supposed to be.
Carla, poke.
4 pokies. Yes, I hope nothing got damaged, especially anything.
I know,
any,
whenever we have rain,
what do you call that stuff?
whenever I
Inventory.
go in the basement, I always prepare myself for something. Although it never really is anything bad, but I'm always so worried that there is something bad.
Gonna happen to us?
Yeah.
Something's happening.
Well,
It's coming.
rain or
Something's gonna happen real soon here because things have been going pretty well.
the
I'm sure
pipe
we're-
down in the basement,
I'm
the
sure we're ready to
wastewater. It's just
explode
like, blah.
Pico, aka Prosser's Independent Trading Company. Aloha to you.
Hey, Pico.
Working for a living.
Working on listings, etc. Working and listening.
Not good. Mike Mecco Meetup says, "Hi, Primo Spam in chat. How is
Hey!
everyone on this last day of June? Enjoying a very robust June. Again, put over the top by that big sale. I mean, that's why this is the best June ever. I mean, almost 20% of June was one single sale. So it was definitely the best June that I can remember. And again, like we talked about last week, I really think it's because we work really hard. Usually we go away, but in this particular case, we didn't go anywhere this June, but we still... that work hard, that like work for vacation vibe still like intruded. And we bought clothing. Does everybody want to talk about clothing that we bought? We are now official clothing resellers.
We got a whole bunch of men's clothing for $1 a piece.
We only are clothing sellers if we get something that seems like it's that good of a deal. And I don't think we mentioned it. Cool Pants, KUHL. We got like 5 or 6 pairs of those. We got a whole bunch of Patagonia quarter zip
They're
perfect sweater. Better sweater.
Better sweater.
Better sweater. And they're all like mint. I don't think you can call clothing mint condition, but we did and do. And we got a timber something hoodie that's like really thick. It's weird. It's like a hoodie, but it's super thick. And then the comps are really good. I don't know if you guys ever heard of these brands, but
Something brand and something else
yeah,
brand.
cool. I remember because I was like, hey, that's cool. And it really is. And actually we got some of it on when we met our new best friends, which we have not really talked to ever since then, but that's because we live far away. We're gonna have to plan a time to actually become best friends. Like the actual mingling of the friend juices shall happen at some further date. But we did get some of them then, and we're going to this other promised to be maximum awesome yard sale, which turned out to be not. But we did get a frog umbrella with 2 eyeballs on top, which is pretty
And
cool.
a Cabbage Patch doll.
And a Cabbage Patch doll with red hair.
And, wait,
But
what else?
But we on the way to that Cabbage Patch place, we went by the sale again, and they had a whole bunch more. I got a London Fog
and then a cool
raincoat lined
cool jacket as well.
mint condition. Boink. Mint.
Ah.
Don't you think?
Oh,
What
yeah.
do you call it? It's
really-
excellent, right? Would you say me without tags? Can we NWAT that?
Well, remember, clothing has specific things now.
I know. It's perfect, though.
It's either like
Schmint condition.
excellent or good or fair.
Or maximum.
Or something like
Neo
that.
Maxi Zoom Dweeby.
I feel like there should be something a little more in between. But
Well, that's our story. We got to go home now. Oh, we're already home. Sorry. Absolute five. Aloha to you. Ayo is here. Record Crate Adam is here. Happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday, Quirky Picker Chad.
Quirky Picker
Ahoy.
Chad.
Kelly Dad.
I don't know what happened with that song.
Yes.
I was sitting here and I was looking at my Zippity Doodah. She does the thumbnails. Zippity Doodah thumbnail. And I was like, oh, what a feeling. That's how it happens, man. That was creative juices flowing.
And
It
then
took
you,
13
and then you got the
seconds.
song in your head, and then
And I was
we
like,
were
I had to
wait,
like,
what
okay,
song?
what's the
Who
actual
sang
song?
that?
And we had to like track it down. That took about 15 minutes. Good point. Segue to AI talk. Hicko, earmuffs. But I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna tell you how more and more thrilled I'm getting with the notion of AI, and it's because I keep thinking about it and pondering it and thinking how it's gonna help me in all aspects of I keep trying of my life, and because I have ADHD and how it's going to help is just insane. But I keep also trying to think of ways to describe it in a positive way where people who are fretting, if not, a little bit or, whatever, if you're still struggling to look at a good way to look at AI, the most wonderful thing about it is you don't have to think. All the like you have a little idea, bad for idea, guys, but you have a little spark of an idea, just ask AI, just do everything, and then it gives you like the step-by-step. It doesn't have legs. So you're still going to be tons and tons and tons of jobs. They're going to shift. They're definitely going to become more hands-on jobs because AI is going to be able to, idea guy is going to be able to have an idea, flesh it all out himself without a whole team of creatives. That's another place that's going to take a hit. But those creatives are just going to have to adapt themselves to other types of work. But AI is specifically can't build anything. It can't go to the bank. It can't do anything in person. It can't build actual tangible objects, but it can do all that planning. So for instance, what's a good for instance? Let's say, I don't know what, like the world is so open to ask it stuff about, you want to plan out, you want to build a shed, you want to do anything. Tell it how you want to build it, but then it's going to give you a printed out list of parts. So then you can give it to Lowe's. Maybe it can even give it to Lowe's for you. It's going to clear up all the dumb, like repetitive.
Oh, you were saying how it would be great,
That
like
stuff.
once it can do taxes for you.
That's only 3 years away. AI is going to do your taxes, and the
I
IRS
really-
is going to take it within 3 years.
I feel
Thank you.
that AI and
Thank you.
AI in general, big corporations, etc. They're already using it to make more money. But I feel that AI for the general public, people that are resellers, people that are small business owners, it's going to now
It's going to be
help
so big for
them
all of us.
incredibly. They'll be able to
Do
make
everything.
more money.
We can't even, there's so many things you can do. We can't even think of it.
Think about so many people that are like, man, if only I could afford to hire someone to help me list on eBay. Well, guess what? AI is going to be that person.
But think bigger. Think just like it's your, again, shopping. We can't come up with any new ideas. Shopping assistant for food, personal chef. So it becomes your personal chef. So those of us who can't afford a personal chef, all of a sudden, you still have to do the work part. So that's not, life is not changing. It's only getting better at this point. Now, do I see down the road where, yeah, of course, it's going to grow legs and then kill us all. But that's way down the road. Perhaps I'll be dead already, and that's how I want it to be. But this particular next chapter is so freaking thrilling. I can't even contain myself. Look at her. Look at her. She can't contain herself either. She's out of her mind. Thank you. I'm really hot, actually.
Yeah, me too.
So, the 80s just called to tell you you're doing awesome. Thank you, Ayo. Nice. I love it when the 80s call. Lenny K.
Aloha.
Lenny, make sure you hydrate. But it's like it's hot up here, and it's a little sweaty up here in the New Hampshire Vermont corridor.
Pitco was saying, "Why do I get a feeling you might get copyrighted for that intro?" Yeah.
Every time I play a song, they copyright me. Sometimes New Order revenue shares. Very few times, but I basically, if I play that song, I give up my revenue for the video. I'm not that great of a YouTuber. How does this thing work? I don't even know.
But you remember Tom, like a week ago, Tom, Queen City Picker?
Tom, yes.
Was talking about how he was reading something and it was saying how YouTube is going to start sort of cracking down more on people
and get me.
using other people's content.
That's right. Come and get me. That's right.
You know how people will
we're gonna
critique other people's videos.
Please don't be surprised if our channel goes down someday, and it's gonna be because I copyrighted. I just broke the law like a million times. I'm not doing anything bad, and I don't think I'm putting out negative content for these people, so I don't think you're gonna get busted. It's just that people want to control their creative. They don't want you to be a jerk and give their creative a bad name. So I try to be cool about it. Does it work? I don't know.
Paul Rose,
Hello.
So exciting.
No, that was the lady. The lady. What's her name? The lady that did the song. Caroline. No, what's her name? No, we can't look it up.
I don't know.
What's her name, do you think? Flashdance. Oh, what a feeling. Yeah, we should give her credit. It doesn't really matter. In fact, I totally think it's worse if you put the name of the song in the description of your video. Irene Cara. Yeah. If you give the artist credit in your description of your video, much more likely to get taken down copyright.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird because they can just read it. They don't even have to do it. So yes, so somehow we took a fast track train back to the olden days. Did you guys realize that we're all old now too, by the way? Kind of weird. I went to the doctor today and I think he's got memory issues. He doesn't remember a few months ago.
He has a whole bunch of patients.
No.
He can't remember.
No. My doctor needs to memorize everything. He didn't even know my birthday or my favorite color.
What's his?
Purple. People be saying hi to
Floral
each
and
other.
funky on this fine Monday.
20,000 orders. You go, girl. I know, Mike. Seriously, I'm like, I only had 2,700 items listed. 27,000 items out the door today. I didn't even know I had that many, padded envelopes, but it was crazy. So I'm pretty sure that everybody are
Hey, lag.
everybody are doing great today on sales. You should all be doing great. If anybody wants to come in and ask me why they're not having sales, I can tell you. I will practice radical candor and tell you why your stuff isn't selling, but I can do it without even looking. This time of year, I promise you, it's all about price. Just put all your stuff on 30% off. If you can afford it, put that stuff on 30% off. Keeping in mind that if I have $100 on something, but the going rate for it's 80, and I drop it to 80 from 100, I didn't go down 20%. I just went down to its actual price. Then you have to go down an additional 30% to cut the legs off all your competition, sell all your stuff, and then you have 27,000 packages go out. They had to bring out, let's see, 27,000 packages. Yeah, I think it was like 16 big rigs pulled up in front of our house today, and with the, maybe, I'm sure that probably happened. Lag, add two numbers, number equal 10, let num some dum jum dum bop. New people scare me, but how dare you, Primo? I am not remotely normal. You're normcore over there in England. You're all normcore
Hey,
up.
Mike.
Your garden. Aloha, Mike G. Good afternoon, almost on my best June ever. Doing this for reals. 35 up from my previous best June. Now I want to mostly just concentrate on sharing the Omega Moon Media since I built it while doing the show from 0 to whatever it is now. And it's good. I mean, for selling $15 CDs, this thing is doing great. Point is, best June. Let me just see what my actual, whatever the numbers are. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. What do they really mean? Nobody knows. So we're up 205% over previous time period, which is last 31 days. But if you were looking at, where does it say sales? Over last year or whatever?
Yeah, go to the drop down.
Drop down.
Right
Which
there.
one? This one?
Compared to. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no. Let's say this quarter. Same period last quarter. We're up 162%. So that's good. I don't know what any of this means. None of this means anything to me because it's always, it's either saying everything's great or everything isn't, but everything isn't what it says it is. It's like always the opposite kind of in a way. And in the sense that if you had a really bad week last week and then you come back really strong, then it just says you're up 100% or whatever. And I don't know. It doesn't always make sense. I was trying to find something tangible that seemed like it was normal, but I don't. All I see is sales are down. Number of sales are down, but the average per sale price is up. Okay, but I do see what happened when I said, oh, I better put everything on sale. That was right. Am I even looking at the right thing? Where's that big sales day here? Did they chop it out?
You're looking at May.
Oh. Do you think people like me just like doing a play-by-play of me looking at my seller hub? I think people think
You're
that's pretty
still
cool.
looking at May.
How do I look at the right one? This month. I got it. When you say June, you mean this month. Yeah, so this month was insane. Everything is up. Quantity sold 27%. Average sale 13. No, what people want to know is this month versus same period last year, Bridget. Spam. Primo. Pokey. The answer is 566.7%. Thank you. You don't have to pat. Don't worry. I can handle this myself. I can handle pat. It's my corned beef shoulder is hurting me. Ow. So yeah, we're basically totally killing it, and we are top-notch eBayers. Nobody's better than us. That's what I see. Do we have that thing which says where we are in the posse, like if we're the best eBayers ever? Where is that? I don't think we have it.
Well,
should be
eBay
right there, I
considers us a threat to the to the community.
Yeah, they let us have the big sale money. All the money from the big sale they gave to us, and then held like however many $15 sales that we have now. They're just gonna hold those till they've been delivered. Like that did somebody any good? Like it didn't.
Yeah, they're not rolling that out to everyone.
They're not. I don't think they're rolling that out. We've decided over the weekend that they're just punishing us, and then we're gonna go back at some point.
Hopefully,
We'll just go back,
yeah.
and it's all for naught that they just make up stories. That's lag. That's Polly may not be here on Wednesday having a new boiler fitted to 3 house invaders. No.
Ah!
Christmas is starting now.
Oh yeah, Paul's having Christmas with a new furnace. That's exciting. Been messing with Better Lister. I'm a bit disappointed. Unless you're a clothing seller, has too many issues identifying stuff properly. SKU system sucks. Not very flexible. It's okay, but I'm guessing you're saying not worth the money. Thank you, Axe Monkey. I am not to taint myself. Otherwise, I would jump in with you just to see. Because $50 for 100 listings, that's at least enough to like see if it's good. My understanding and I am digressing from talking anything. I'm a very positive about our community. I really do particularly like people. I get a little testy when people criticize other people, and so I want to jump in and criticize them. But in generally speaking, whatever, I do understand. At least I heard Tech say on a video with Joe, I think his name is Joe, who was just on Profit Playbook podcast, had Tech on his show. And I thought it was a good, hyper positive show. And what I thought was interesting is how Tech said that they had 60,000 listings. And is that 60,000 listings total? Like all the ones, anyone's listed who signed up? Does that include their beta tested? Like, so have they only done 60,000? And if they've only done 60, they just might not have the data set. I do know that List Easier has, I'm guessing, over 300,000 listings up and running right now. I don't know. So again, I'm comparing things that I can't compare, but you just put this out there saying you're disappointed. I am expecting that there's going to be some level of maturation of these softwares. And without knowing I have no insider information at all. But I think that there could be, the product that's going to be coming out may be more developed. And that's
I think.
This easier.
Yeah, maybe.
And James has been using.
Maybe the Better Lister, it's sort of like figuring it out in real time.
Yeah, they could not. Yes, and it comes from a clothing seller. Imagine that.
Instead of having the beta testers like List Easier, which is doing everything, behind the scenes. It's like
the only problem with it being
is doing it in front
good
of
at
everyone.
clothing is I think eBay is good at clothing. Isn't eBay good at clothing and records? Maybe not.
Well, yeah. I mean, eBay, when they originally started trying to use AI, it was geared toward clothing.
Aloha, Jim. Jericho Aloha. AC is out, so trying to sell enough for a new one. Good luck to you. If RAC was out, you would just see this chair with a puddle. I would just be a puddle. Gee, it's hot. Paul Rose, hottest day of the year here so far. Hotter than Mexico, apparently. Arriba.
Mike didn't make much profit, even though I sold 20,000. I'm buying a ton and getting my inventory ready for fourth quarter. I'm hoping to crush it by having a ton of items readily available. Totally,
that's what you do. In the summer, now, June, best month ever in the history of eBay, I think. I would have to go back and
in 2022,
check it against December's.
Was it 2020? 2023.
That was our second to best June.
Yeah.
and then we crushed that this June. It's definitely our best June ever, I think, because June's always historically aren't that great. But what's worse than June historically is July. So we'll tell you in 30 days how things really are looking, because right now people are buying like maniacs. But you gotta like swat them over the head with the 30% off sale or whatever you're comfortable. But make sure that whatever your sales number are after your sale is put in, make sure that your sales amounts are less than everybody else's that are out there. You're gonna sell if you give them.
I was reading too that the retail stores are starting back to school promotions a little earlier this year, and they were saying partially because of the tariffs and stuff, and how some back to school supplies like backpack stuff made overseas isn't necessarily readily available. Or
who's got the old backpacks? Who's got the good Dan Forth? Dan, what are they? Dan something? JanSport. JanSport. Dan's her brother. Jan's a guy's name too.
Oh, Dan.
Jan and Dean, right? Biff says, don't even get me started. Jen says, June has not been all that great. Average at best. Yes, we are. I assume it's because we've really hustled. And going back to Josh was on Friday, right? Full-time YouTuber Josh. He gets on once a week or so. On Friday, he said sales were really down. Was that his Friday show, saying sales were really down? But I would submit again that Josh is completely sidetracked with family and business and other things, so probably hasn't been putting in a lot of time. And I think the only reason why we're seeing tremendous results is because we haven't slacked at all in June, which should be the master slacking month. Thank you. Biff has counter offers accepted that aren't even showing in my awaiting payment tab. Yes, we have that too. Meanwhile, buyer is waiting for an invoice from me and I can't even tell them. You can't.
Well, is this that thing that John was reporting on, how 30 minutes?
No, I don't think so. No. This is because the offer accepted, and the only way you can see that the offer is accepted is to go into the item, then go up to your offers for that item, and you will see one in pending. It's the only way to get, well, there's probably a different way to get to it, but that's the only way I know how to get to it. And the problem is, and I'll bet this happened way over half an hour. It's just that you can't send, if the person, this might be the case when the person hasn't put in their payment information. They make an offer, you accept it, a counter offer. You accept it. They don't have to pay for it. And because you can't, it's not really a payment that you're expecting. You can't invoice it for it in case it has multiple things, in case it has multiple items, so I don't know how to, this is all kind of new to me. These problems with low priced items that you want to sell multiple quantity. Not just multiple quantity like you have 10 of them, but you want to make a sale of like 3 or 4 items to one person. And that's what our whole media story is, and our whole learning experience about this is not working. We're not getting, I'm trying a bunch of things and I'm finding it very confounding that most of you have known for decades. Thank you. But I want to make it right, which is why I brought up, let's see if Axe Monkey, hold on, where's Axe Monkey? Let's see if I saw Steve Vash. Aloha, Candy O. Steve Vash, Kelly. Aloha to all you guys. Carla, Kopak, aloha to you too. I'm just looking for to see if, and James is here. Look at James.
And John.
What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? Flipping ain't easy.
John is back from his golf vacation. He was going there at like 2:00 in the morning. I mean, that's pretty hardcore. I normally have buy 2 or more and get free shipping. Okay, so I didn't do it right. I apologize for that. I just looked and that discount ended for some reason. I'll just put it back. If it doesn't work with offers, it doesn't work with offers, but add 2 at regular price and get free shipping. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to see if that works because I felt like because other people had it on, and then because Axe Monkey, Father and Sons on eBay, didn't have it on, but there's a ton of VHS tapes in there. I can tell she wants to sell more than one. And it wasn't pulling it up. I really had this sneaking suspicion that something wasn't right on her store. And I was right.
Huh.
Can you believe I was right?
Yeah.
You seem to have you're like ready for bed. Why are you all mommed out? You're like, oh, this thing is just, come on,
My
guys.
tooth is stressing me
Oh,
out.
that tooth thing. These teeth, can we just knock them all out?
I
and
know.
Get the gums going? I am going to go over here, but I don't remember what my second thing was. Where is... So when you go to shopping cart, aren't you supposed to have more? Where's all the rest of the stuff I keep down here?
You're not in...
I'll have to go to watch list. So anyway, I guess the point that I thought maybe I could bring up is check your all your promotions that they're still running. The ones you think are running are still running, because again, I feel like I should be getting more sales even now, because I'm really just undercutting everyone, and it's because we don't have anything into the items that we're selling. Media store items are under 25, 10, 5 cents. I don't even know how much. Like every single thing in there, we didn't pay that anything for.
I wouldn't say it's like race to the bottom pricing.
It's not race to the bottom. It's chop everyone's legs off who's selling stuff at a normal price right now. So if there's 20 things in there of the same item, there's going to be 4 of them at the top that are like 16 times the price that these things will ever go for. Then you have some people who are really super high price above the going rate. Just look at the what's listed and then what things actually sold for. Check out what things actually sold for in the past 60 days. There's very few of the items. If you look at 100 items, I keep changing the name of how many items I'm looking at. I know that gets annoying, but let's say you're looking at 100 items. 50 of them you're not going to buy because they're not done right. There's something wrong with them. And then like maybe 10 of them you're going to find and you're like, I want to buy from these people, but something's not right in the checkout. And then I just put things into my watch list and forget about them until I remember it again. And I feel like this is a thing that's happening on eBay all the time, and I'm trying to think of a way to combat it. Because I am shopping like a maniac right now. It's almost, August is my month of birth. So June is when we start to shake the branches of the present tree, see what's going to fall out. I got about 2 months to prep for the big day. And then we take about 28 days after my birthday. And then it's her birthday. And then she gets a day or two. Have a good time. Oh, this is your thing. Oh, I know why this is all jacked. That's not even the right account.
Oh,
Anybody have anything? Here, read these things while I go here and do this. Do these.
Well, I'll have to read them on my phone because you're using the mouse.
Oh yeah. Here, stop at the 7-Eleven. I don't know where to go.
Wait, you...
Right here. Wondering if Spam has Benjamin Button syndrome as she looks younger and younger with every podcast.
No, that's just, I don't know, for some reason, the lighting and stuff.
Yes, you look very...
But that's sweet. But if you saw me in person, no, you would definitely say I look my age.
Let me see. How old are you again?
Just...
Super old. Yeah, you don't look super old. I have to agree. You do not look super duper old. I'm super duper old if you're old.
That's sweet. Thank you.
We can both go to Applebee's at 4. Okay, now I'm going to my cart again. I have some wax packages. I got to buy those. Okay, here we go. We're here. So I have offers. So what I want to do is save for later. Then is it going to actually, let's see if it actually does it.
Well, were they in your cart already?
They were, but they were in with the offer. Look, I look very like I'm stumped. You look like you just you baked.
Totally.
You looked a little baked there, sweetie.
Just a hair.
Let's see what we're gonna do. Dave would probably appreciate that. Why do I have 5 messages on here? Delivered. Okay, we got. We got Crocodile Dundee 2. We got the Pink Panther, Risky Business, Pump Up the Volume. And you got a vintage Edgar Los Angeles Ray retro graphic print button drop waist. Oh, that's a lot of descriptive terms.
Yeah. Paul was saying, I've turned to the dark side, got the Temu app yesterday. I fancy some badly made cheap tat.
You just want some.
LOL.
You just want to buy
it's
stuff.
It's tempting. I had the Shein app back.
She was addicted.
I don't know. Yeah, we've talked about all the socks I would buy. I had to delete it.
We still have all the socks. They're all unopened.
I ended up deleting the app.
You huff those socks every once in a while? You're just going like,
no.
Mommy.
No, I have other stuff too besides socks. I have some like sweaters and stuff from there too.
You do? That you've never looked at again?
Yeah. That's so gross of me.
Yeah, you're gross.
Mike was saying I had to create a
super disgusting.
I had to create a separate listing for an Argentina buyer. They couldn't combine in the cart. I hate that, but it still generated a good sale by doing it. Yeah, we've had to do that before too, which just creates so much annoying work.
What, we went to Argentina?
No, like combining, making a new listing that has the items combined.
Wait, it didn't work. Oh, wait, no. Do I have to do? No, it's still the discount price. That must be what's happening. That must be somehow
It's not allowing
have to do with
you
it.
to get the shipping, combined shipping, as well as the discounted
And
offer
Axe Monkey
price.
said that is true. You don't get both, which is fine.
Okay.
But it's interesting. How do I shake off your offer? If I want to take advantage of the shipping offer, so I have to get rid of the.
Because it would be cheaper to do the full price with combined shipping. Is that what you're saying?
It would. Yes, it would be. It will be. It would and will be. So what I have to do is I have to, I guess, remove. I have to actually remove these, then go back to the store. See, now this is really complicated, but I'm just trying to do all this stuff because I'd like to know what a buyer.
Mike was saying that
experiences.
some international buyers can combine and some can't. I know South America has stricter shipping regulations.
Is that the trusted buyer thing? Is that why some can and some can't? Or again, it's offers coming or going or counter offers. You sell, they offer, counter offer.
Biff was saying
back and forth.
I spoke to
Ping pong.
Dub eBay, which I never do.
Did you say dumb eBay?
Yeah. They say, you have to wait for the buyer to pay. I says, you understand they're waiting for an invoice, right? And this is a poor buyer experience. Speaking of that, he got the
stereo.
The stereo piece.
What should I do? Should we put in here? What should I do?
Okay. Here's the dealio. He told you how.
Should I do a thing?
He told you last week how he wanted the receiver that he's wanted forever.
Oh, this is really what we should have led with. This is the lead that we buried.
That he wanted forever. He found it for an extremely good price on eBay. He paid for it, and then he got a canceled sale due to out of stock, and then he saw that the seller relisted it like immediately, but for a lot more money. So he contacted and said, hey, what's going on? Like, I want this. And the seller said, well, it was going to cost like $90 to ship it.
Which it didn't.
It didn't.
No, because I'm a shipper. I know how much.
He said I undercharged. And so Primo ended up just going right ahead and buying it at the higher price. And he got it. And he's really, really happy with it, actually. The guy packed it pretty well. He followed your wishes, packed it well. And so then Primo called eBay just to get a little insight and asked, hey, is it against eBay policy for a seller to cancel a transaction because they charged and then relist it immediately for a higher price and not even discuss this with the buyer? And
So this is a dumb poll, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
And the eBay rep said, no, it's not against.
It's not against eBay's rules to cancel your items
sale
for a and relist them. Say they're out of stock and relist them for a higher price. If you accidentally sell your item for a low price, you can cancel it on. It's not against eBay policy. I verified.
It's not against the policy. However, the sales rep
They look down on it.
Did make sure to point out that
if you have
it goes down as
series of them.
It sort of goes down like on their record though that they canceled the sale. The seller canceled the sale, and then they said
we understand that sellers get dings if they cancel things for out of stock.
And then,
but I want more of a ding. I want to chop his head off.
And then they said, file a report against the buyer.
Oh yeah, I gotta
for
file
doing that. And
did I do it?
I would say the customer service person
back here
made it sound like
I can't see what that says. Add option.
If you don't file anything against a buyer or a seller, that's
How do I
acting,
start a poll? How come it won't let me?
I don't
The
know.
question's too long.
Is it behind the clear?
No. It says your question is too long.
Oh.
I can't. How do I put this in less? Oh, I only have 100. I only have 100 characters.
Just say
this is our greatest show ever. I like this one. This one's like really...
Seller cancels your sale, relisted item for a higher price. Yeah. Anyhow, eBay made it sound as though that if people, in this case, if a seller is acting poorly, creating a bad buyer experience, if it's not reported, then eBay essentially isn't going to look into it. They said, report it, and then if we see that the seller has made a habit out of canceling sales, then we would do something. But they said you need to report it.
I can't devise. I need ChatGPT to tell me how to get 100-character question. This is just.
You've already told the story, so just ask. Should I?
Oh yeah. Should I flame? Okay. So here's the question. I have to. It doesn't even let me. This is the only way I can do it. Okay. So the question is, I want to blow him up. I want to leave my first negative feedback in a long time. I'm hot to leave a negative. Let's go. But I'm probably not going to do it.
No, don't.
I'm not going to unless people say yes on here. So right now, the poll is, should I flame a seller who sold me something, canceled it, listed it for a higher price? I bought it of my own free will. I really love it, but I hate this guy. And I don't like that he burned me that first time. And I feel probably pretty burned. Like if I wasn't a seller, would I come back to eBay? I don't even know.
I just say move on. Just don't bother leaving any feedback. But I'm wondering. Yeah, people are
Axe Monkey,
saying
I'll
no.
figure it out. But and you did say, I think maybe you said buy 2 for free shipping, but yeah, maybe it's all too confusing to me. I can't even buy unconfused.
So, you're asking if you should leave negative feedback.
I'm asking, should I leave negative feedback for the experience this experience? Yeah. Should I leave negative feedback if I bought something for a good deal, the seller canceled it for out of stock, and then said it just cost too much money to ship it to me, relisted it, I bought it out of my own free will for more money, I got it, I love it, it works.
I just have to stress how important it is as sellers to just communicate with the buyer.
Please.
Because you wouldn't have these feelings, you said, if the seller had just messaged and said, listen, I made a mistake. I'm going to have to cancel your sale.
I wouldn't even, what could I say?
And then you would,
but I wouldn't feel bad on top
no
of it.
issue with leaving a positive, you wouldn't think twice. You would just leave a positive feedback because you're happy with the item. He packed it well. Wasn't totally perfect, but he packed it, well
the
enough.
The attempts were made that it made it to me.
So anyhow, you're getting
and it's a $40.
78% say no.
Just don't bother. Don't even let
9 votes.
I mean, I've never left a negative feedback, but Den Decor, Matt has. And I thought, hey, maybe this is one of those times where I should chop his hide.
I think
it's because I chose to repurchase it. That's the thing I struggle with. Is I chose to repurchase
right,
it.
and
that was me. You didn't make
nobody
me.
held a pew to your head to make you do that.
What have you? Yeah. Right. No, they
So, and that's what I thought eBay was going to say when you were like, I wanted this item, so I repurchased it at the higher price. I thought they were going to be like, well, you didn't have to,
Oh, Mike G does the report if the person uses the false reason why they canceled it. He actually checks. If they say it was out of stock, he's like, they get the ding. They deserve it. They'll get it. Good.
Right. So this guy is going to get the ding.
So, okay. So maybe as a seller, I should take that into account and be happy that his punishment has been punished as much. My big takeaway from this is, holy crap, eBay totally it's not against the policy to cancel a sale to lie about it.
Right. But as the sales rep said, there's stuff that will hold the seller accountable, but it sort of has to add up before eBay really does anything.
Well, thank you, Hive Conscience. Thank you, Hive Conscience.
Well, and I think partially because we all know, that we've been there and we've undersold something. But as I said...
Okay, so 22 said yes. Who said yes?
Said, it's so important just to have open communication with the buyer.
Yeah, I mean, if only just knowing that you're not. People just want the info. They just want to know.
And had you not instantly gone back to the guy's, I'm saying guy. Is it a guy? I don't even know. Yeah. Back to his store. You would not have seen that he had relisted it, right?
No.
So in that, see right there too, that's just, the seller could have just made it so much better.
Yes.
By saying, I'm relisting this for you if you want it.
All sellers should be reported on eBay except for Axe Monkey and us. Nope, don't do this. And everybody in the chat is free too.
But we do have to report sellers and vials when they are doing stuff like that. When they're creating a bad buyer experience.
I did report it.
But just
Spending sets! Look at Carla Copal, my very favorite show. Thank you so much.
So sweet.
That is
sorry, I'm a little blah today because my tooth is really bugging me. I'm gonna have to call.
Look at all this mushy stuff from Paul. It's like you don't look any different now than 10 years ago. You're a beautiful lady.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's true. I chose her for that reason.
10 years ago.
10 years ago, I chose her. She was 19. I was 39. I can't even do numbers anymore. Let's see. Mike G had to credit. We already read that. Jovial Chugga, when I was Spanish. We already read that. And then we read that. We read that.
Oh, that's where we ended up.
Okay. So the bad stuff is always in the basement. The good stuff too. Well, some of the best stuff I found in the basements is you used to be able to find good stuff because in Vermont basements are sweaty. They're very sweaty, so things get moldy, like musty and moldy, and stuff doesn't always make it. But every once in a while, you find a little treat of a basement. And this one time, we found all this Christmas stuff from the 50s. Remember that? And I was just selling like these pink wreaths.
Oh my god.
Pink wreaths for like $300-400, and it was.
And
that
it was
stuff
like
still exists.
faded on
was
one
faded.
side, and it was bent out of shape, and we fixed it. So
People
that
were
would-
like, "Precious, my precious."
it's crazy though. The
Basements, am I right, Lag? Thank you.
which by the way, Candy, we took a look at that. If you're still here, we did take a look at that Whitco cat. That is totally a real one, but that's we would not buy that.
Oh, right. The Whitco cat. It was a couple weeks back, but that $900 price. I don't know what that was. That cat's worth. That cat's worth $375. Maybe you could squeeze a little more out of it.
Whoever's buying that is definitely not a reseller.
But Whitco's one of those things that the people who want it are noobs in a subculture called Tiki. And they are the ones who are going to pay more than it may technically be worth. But I will also say this stuff is, we've had a ton of it. We've sold a ton of it. We've sold most of it. But the last big pieces that we sold, we bought for $75 20 years ago, and they sold for $2,000 now. So, and I don't think that those pieces are going to go down in price. Probably still go up since the subculture is still gaining popularity.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been into the tiki cocktail culture for
Guess how long
Yeah.
it's been?
forever now.
Do you know our tiki bar that we built?
It was 20 years ago?
20
How
years
the
ago.
hell was that even
And we were into tiki
possible?
for like 10 years before that, like the late 90s. I was doing Hawaii parties and stuff. I don't even know if we called it tiki because I don't like the word tiki.
But all of this stuff
Kelly's
that,
just packing up dismal weekend order. No.
but a lot of the stuff that our crew, that our tiki people are into, it's worth a lot of money. Well,
It's worth a lot.
they pay a lot of money, so we're talking like
But that cat thing is just like the base. That's the base thing you could get.
If you ever find real, authentic, vintage aluminum Christmas trees, the tiki people will pay you $500-600.
Also, for the tallest ones.
Yeah.
Also, do not put electric bulbs on your aluminum Christmas tree, or you will electrocute yourself and the cat and everyone. Learned that from
But yeah,
experience. One of the little aluminum things went down in between the bulb and
1950s,
the plastic.
1950s like Christmas ornaments, decor, really popular.
I know everybody knows that Christmas
Yeah.
stuff is popular, but if you go back to like if you can
But
get stuff from
it
the
might
50s,
look ugly and tacky, but the that's often
go back a little bit
why
further.
people
If
want
you
it.
find old rat bit up cloth covered Christmas lights that half the lights are broken,
Oh,
but
the
it's
cords are
but it's from
cloth?
like the 1920s. Yeah, they're cloth and they're even if they're fraying. I mean, we find those all the time for nothing and sell them for
And
something,
not to mention, this is crazy, but
which is the best way to sell.
we've actually sold used, burnt out old C9 Christmas bulbs. Like people buy them for
Oh, I know.
decorations and
That-
stuff. Like they
was
were
weird.
vintage. It's crazy.
They were vintage ones, yes, and a lot of them worked. And then there's all kinds of weird little bulbs they made, like cuckoo banana ones. So Cool is a good outdoor brand. Not that I sell clothes or even go. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
either. But we could tell based on what we've seen. I would say that the clothing that we bought this season so far has been because of Kevin, the
Oh,
stoic reseller, who sells sport brand or outdoor brands. So that's what we notice because we would be here in Vermont would be a similar situation to Oregon, I imagine. A lot of outdoory type people type things. So we actually, I may have heard cool from him. London Fog I knew from a long time ago, and that's pretty cool. And we got a cool jacket too. Pretty cool.
Primo shirts.
Oh,
I know.
Well, we're going to. I first wanted to figure out if I can print fabric and then make shirts because I think we're gonna go when we do offer merch. I don't know. I think we're gonna make it ourselves. I don't want to get
Well,
this is complicated, but
T-shirts. But if you were talking about like a button-up shirt, that I
I'm
don't
not
know
gonna
about that.
sew. But I got to make the fabric and then have people make the shirts.
Yeah, you got to get something that quicker out there.
We
and
did
then
get you. Remember, I got you a sewing machine
Yeah.
so you can make my clothes.
But I want to get the sticker stuff to Axe Monkey.
Oh, we didn't give that to her?
I'll just send my 2 things. You can send yours.
What do I have to
later.
do? I have to do more stuff. Today's so busy.
You're supposed to make a Primo Kimo.
I gotta get off. When I get off of here, I gotta finish a will contest and send it to. I gotta start a whole legal parade after this show. And I don't want to, but I have to because time's ticking. See? We know that. Buy 2 or more and get free shipping. So that must be what's happening. Or hanger fresh, as they say. That's the proper terminology. Hanger fresh.
So you know what you should do is
She had an ignoramus buyer. I love that term.
in the cart.
What?
Go and take out the sale items and then
did.
act as though you're paying full price. So just put them in the cart like you're paying full price.
I totally just did that, didn't I?
No, they were discounted.
No, see, that's $7.16. That's right. Father and Sons, that's the full price.
No, you're in the wrong account.
You're in the wrong account. All right. Start shopping.
You go.
I have to go to the important account of Axe Monkey. Let's see. Now, where is it? Wait, no, that's saved for later. I have to go to watch list. You know, buying ain't easy on eBay. Thank you.
Cuckoo platter.
That one is. Hold on. So you look for Starman and buy Starman.
Mike was saying, did you already read? Oh, yeah, I
just
had
started.
ignoramus. Buyer create a return, stated missing parts. There were no missing parts as it was simply a game with OEM battery. I specifically stated in the title, description, and photos needs new battery. Wait, Paul. Oh, hanger fresh.
Oh, look, now this shows up. It totally does. Your free shipping when you buy 2+. See all eligible items and terms. That wasn't here, and now it is. And I knew it. Remember how I knew it? Remember I was like, I know she's supposed to have it up there and it's not there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's happening? I have to tell everybody. I have to bring this to the public. Your sales promotions might have fallen off, especially the little ones like free shipping or spend this much and you spend up to here, then you get free shipping. Like all those little promotions that aren't sales.
So it's better
they
to
fall
just
off.
pay regular price and then you get the free shipping.
Yes. That's it.
And that makes sense that eBay does that so that you're not getting double the discount.
At the same time, though, I find it very difficult to navigate.
Well,
I got to do a YouTube show for a year and a half just to make a simple 2 VHS purchase because it's so complicated. And I've been going through. So basically, what I've done is because I don't want to pay a lot for VHS tapes, but at the same time, I want to get like the first ones, and hopefully without UPCs. I want to put it in, and it doesn't have any previews or anything. It goes right to the movie. That's my experience I want to buy. So I'm willing to pay for that, but I also totally don't want to pay any 1 cent more than I have to on something like that's very ephemeral like this. So I have looked at tons and tons of resellers trying to meet their qualifications for buy 4 VHS tapes and get free shipping or whatever. And have had a very bigly experience trying to get, and some people have I have to buy 6 of them to get the discount, but I can only find 5 good movies. This is what I've been dealing with, people. Thank you.
Paul Rose, for some reason, you remind me of a little kid right now. Just kidding. Nobody says that. LOL about hanger fresh, as they say.
No, hanger fresh.
Kelly was saying, sorry, you already know this, but you go to the account settings, the shipping preferences, create shipping rules, and once you create it, you have to tag it to the listing.
Yeah, I'll tell Kelly for sure. I have had. So I know you used to go do it in your shipping preferences. There is in your shipping preferences, in your business policies, there is a place to put $4.99 for the first one and $1 for each individual. But for whatever reason, that never works, or sometimes it works. But what I can't seem to get these other promotions to show up properly. But I see Axe Monkey was able to do it in 2 seconds, so I'm just gonna pretend like I.
Oh,
have
you
to figure
already.
it out.
Wow, we were really behind.
Yeah.
James was here for the fluoro shirts, and then John, flipping ain't easy. He's working and
Working
driving,
for a
picking up
living.
stuff, whistling while he works. Kelly was saying I use business policies, so it's relatively quick to update. But if you don't, I think you have to do the.
But
bulk.
still, that business policy for putting in $4.99 plus $1 each individual item doesn't ever. It surprises me when it does work, but for the most part, I believe I'm not seeing when it doesn't work. I'm not seeing anything. The only sales I'm getting where people are bold enough to say, "Hey, do you?" I mean, we put in every description we combine shipping, but I don't think that does anything because people just want to put it into their shopping cart and see that it's already done. And I'm trying to figure out a way to make it work. And there's gotta be a better way. There's gotta be a better way.
I think it's because
Can you dig it?
eBay thinks that because so much of our stuff we sell at a discounted price because we accept offers, we send out offers, etc., etc. And I'm wondering if that's why eBay is like, oh, let's not combine the shipping because they've already given the buyer a discount.
Okay, Biff. So here's the deal. I have brought out the giant hand for this. This is how important this lesson is right now. And this is a lesson because I must disagree with the argument of AI that if I take pictures and it puts up a listing for me, a fully completed listing, and I have to double check it, if I have to do proofreading at all, I hear a lot of people jump right into, and maybe you guys are way more efficient than I am. If all I have to do is proofread something, I'm super, super okay with that. That is a huge benefit to me that I didn't have to press. Listen, that's me making keystrokes, right? The AI did all the keystrokes. All I'm doing is changing a couple keystrokes. So if by that very measure, the time saving is keystroke by keystroke by keystroke, less keystrokes, better, AI is good. More keystrokes, AI is bad. But that's not what we're arguing here. Most people are just saying, if I have to double check the work, then it's really not a help. No. Where's my Caesar voice? No. I'm telling you that if it does one keystroke more for me in the positive way, you have to look at it as granular because it's probably going to save you 300. It's probably going to save you dozens of keystrokes a listing. Add those up and you just did 100. Now you got 12,000 keystrokes. How long does it take you to do a keystroke? How many can you do in a second? 5? I don't know. Do the math. It's saving you time. It's saving you effort. You are going to be able to list more and also more complete. So it's going to actually list more complete items than even you're used to. Thank you. But Biff, that's part of my big thing is like I'm trying to. So for sure, List Easier at $69 for 1,000 listings is going to be, everyone's going to try it. So the question is, do you have a good, what do you call that? The thing when you do trials and you're doing things, you've got your control group, right? Do you have a good understanding of how many items you can list in an hour, say? Because if you don't already really know that, then it's going to be hard you're going to either just by feeling go, oh, this is good or bad. But the truth is that every single listing you're going to gain time and a better listing. So that is why, I wish there's another word for, you're going to make the best listing. So List Easier is going to make the best listing. It's going to make a bester listing than you can do yourself in the time that you can do it. That's a fact that I've never experienced firsthand. But I believe that to be a fact.
I was noticing today, I haven't, I've had this straggler box of DVDs, of those new DVDs.
Big straggle.
And
it's a good point. This is good.
It was just a hodgepodge of
people interested in something might want to listen to this.
And I was listing them, and because these are new and they're barcoded, I just scan the barcode, and it will pull up whatever listings eBay has. Oh,
that's him.
He hasn't done his hoovering of treats.
That's him right now.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Who's the him? Seriously.
He hasn't hoovered treats in a while on the show.
He's got plenty. He eats plenty of treats.
Anyhow, so I find a listing, and then I just open up the listing, and then I click sell one or sell now, because that's what I want to sell. And I noticed that I'll type in, I change the title to the layout that we like, but then I notice, and eBay always does this, it will pop up item specifics sort of based on what you typed in your title. However, today it was popping up the item specifics, and you can click the little squares of what you want.
A lot of them. And like the region code, the ratio, widescreen or full screen, or it was like pulling up. Some of it even had like the actor, like it would populate, it would be like actor, and that had like an actor's name. And I was like, this is new. I have never seen this many options like eBay is suggesting to me. So that seemed new. I don't know. She says to me, she's like, hey, sweetie, get over here. Because we talk in Brooklyn accents, the one we're not on the radio. This is the radio. I just called it the radio. But she said, this is very interesting, because, and I've seen it because I've listed a lot of this media too. It'll always give you 1, 2, or 3 up at the top checkboxes.
Yeah, like the year. If you put like a year, it'll be like
quick things.
A DVD.
What do they call them? Quick.
Specifics.
Item specifics. Quick item specifics. Checkboxes. Then today she's like showing me that they're coming up and they have like 12 of them, which is the bulk of the items.
Already pre-populated now, and I can click the box that said select all, or I can just pick the ones that I want.
Is eBay now? eBay saw both Josh and the other guy, and now they're like, oh no, they're getting too close. We have to start working on our own. And
so then I noticed that there was another DVD I was doing. And I noticed that it only had 2 options, 2 item specifics for me to, either approve or whatever. And I was like, well, that's weird. Why isn't this one offering the ratio in the region code? Well, because I was copying a current listing, I scrolled down and those fields were already populated by the lister that I copied. So I was like, okay, so that's why it didn't have as many options already populated for me. But it wasn't doing this, and it wasn't doing this for every single one of them. And I figured, because there was one I was doing,
that'd be so cool, lad. Can you do that?
Which I don't think it's not a very popular one. And eBay did not suggest many item specifics for that one. And I could only guess it's because there weren't many listings, so eBay hasn't been able to gather all the various information from all the times it's been listed to then suggest those specifics to me.
Sweet Carol. They banned that in some places. Isn't that crazy? We know a lady named Caroline who unbans it. She goes places where they ban Sweet Caroline, and she's like, you can't do that. And she actually makes them play it. Just like throws it in their face. You can't.
Candio, yeah. I hope that you heard me. Otherwise, I'll reply to your email that you sent us about the Whitco.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely Whitco.
I didn't understand
It's
it because
just too
it
high-priced.
said like June 10th on it, and I was like, what day is it? I get easily confused. I know I look like
June
a guy who looks
10th?
rock solid, got everything all up here in the old noggin, but I just get easily confused. I don't care. I just sit there confused. Blah, 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 blah. I do that a lot.
Wait, it's June already? We're already in July. Tomorrow,
What'd you say?
Tomorrow is July. How is this even possible?
It's true. Yes, eBay apparently lies. I mean, they're getting more and more. I've called them
They're just misinformed.
4 times in the past 2 weeks or so. And I haven't called them in at least a year before that. And so there's a big space in between when I've talked to them. Every one of these 4 times that we called them, they're just glued to the script. And I think that's just
I don't know if you can technically say the customer service person is lying when they have no clue.
no, everyone's a liar. It's all
what-
lies. Lies!
But I definitely feel that
If you don't say the absolute honest truth, and including lies of omission, then you're a liar.
I do.
Thank you.
I do feel though that eBay, just to make us feel better, was saying that
There's a lot. There's
holding
a lot
funds
of,
is rolling out to everyone in the U.S.
There's a lot.
I don't think so.
There's a lot of, I can't think of words anymore, but of managing people's expectations. So I think mostly that's what your customer service does now, is just manage people's expectations. They seem pretty prepared for people who are going to get sloppy with them, and get aggro. They seem to be able to digress situations or, calm them down. So I guess they're good at their jobs. I mean, if you're not putting, if the problem is, especially when you're buying or selling and you're calling eBay, generally there's some sort of emotional component. So I guess they're now all just therapists. Am I right, Pokes? Did you see him? He's a little baby.
He is too cute.
He cannot be stopped.
Too cute.
Kelly, I'm down 10% this June over last June.
Hmm.
It was closer to 35%, but I had a few good days. Okay. Well, you made it close. And 10% is definitely better than 35. I know for a fact that the only reason why the Junes have been better is because we're anticipating them being bad. So we work harder, or we actually got even hit with a couple of days
Thanks
that didn't
for the
seem
hearts,
right.
whoever's
So
hearting.
we're just doing that. Thanks for those hearts. That'll keep ours beating. Eh? Wait, it's June already. Lag melt. Biff, I'm not paying $50 to check something out that I'm 85% sure will work. Now that's the kind of math I can stand behind.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. He really should have offered like what Easier was offering, a trial 10.
Because then we could all get on there, but does that mean that maybe it's not quite ready? So if he was to opt, then everyone would go get their free ones. And I'm just saying that maybe there was a reason why he didn't offer 10, because these softwares are experimental, totally
Look
mental,
at all
possibly experiment.
Look at all the flying.
Thank you. That's appreciate. Somebody's finger right now on the globe is clicking that little thing right for us. It's not me. Look, both hands are up here. Where are your hands? Show your hands.
Oh yeah. Oh,
not us.
jazz hands.
It's not us.
Pitco was saying, I hear you, Biff. Yeah. Wait, Paul was saying, agreed. You should never taint
You should
yourself.
never-
It's always way more
Yeah,
fun
let
when
someone
someone
else
else taints you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So
That's what she
Derek,
said.
Derek was saying, yes, it was rain that came through. Loved it, but it caused a leak in the bedroom and personal storage area.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Derek.
Yeah.
We actually came out. We're having a bit of a issue ourselves, where I know there is a leak where the addition of the house meets, but everything is okay. But I think the storm window's not working, and then we put in the air conditioner, and then that leaves two little opening hatches on the side of the air conditioner, and a very light passing shower. We got two little drips in the ceiling, and that's not good.
Last
That's
year
bad.
we put little like plastic things up on those
gonna have to do
sides.
that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Who wants to come over?
Um,
I am going to wait for the List Easier free trial. That's right. You and me, Biff, we are not taking any.
but he's saying that as long as he needs to do the research pricing, though, I don't see the big time saving.
The big time savings is in the actual data entry. You don't have to press the buttons. You don't have to data ent. You don't have to do that. That's it. That's the reason. And go back to Steve Jobs. There's a guy named Steve Jobs. And he said to his developers of the Macintosh computer, he says, it takes too long to start this up. And the guy said, the Macintosh is the fastest starting up computer in the world. It takes 30 seconds, or it takes 35 seconds. And then Steve Jobs says to the guy, I need it to be 5 seconds faster. The guys go, oh my gosh, that's going to be hard, but we'll figure it out. And then Steve says, you just saved, I don't know, some ridiculous thing, like 100,000 lives. And then he proceeded to indicate that the 5 seconds time, how many times they turn it on, times the number of people who are going to use it, blah, 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 was 100,000 lives. A load of crap, horse manure, but also a motivational truth of reality is that every keystroke I don't press is a keystroke that I want. Because I'm not listing another damn thing. I'm not doing eBay till List Easier comes out. I've already protested. I already know there's a better way out there, and I can't, my hands refuse to do the work. And now we just sit here. And if we can't pay our mortgage, I'm sorry, that's Josh's fault. But patience is, I am very, I am able, Josh and I do converse from time to time via text, but at this point, we're down to literally, I'm just sending him Snow White. I'm wishing. And then he sends me back. Hi-ho. Hi-ho. So we just speak in Disney memes at this point, but we are super excited, and it's coming. It's coming. And my feeling is that the waiting is going to be a different experience than the first to market experience. Thank you.
You've got 30 minutes to get through a lot of messages.
We're only an hour behind. How?
Oh my god.
Okay, so there's words, and then idea Biff is going to try to break it fully tested. Mike G says, exactly, July is the worst. Of course, I take a week vacation, which doesn't help. And we all do that. So if we're able to really assess the reality, I think we'd all find that we're just a little not working as hard. Maybe we even know that the July and August, so that's when we should take our, may not be thinking it consciously. But I also feel like if I work harder in June, maybe we can go to the fair.
Axe Monkey was saying, I'm going to use the rest of my listings on Better Lister to finish up the clothing I have. I've already canceled, waiting for List Easier.
I know, let's go.
And then she said, time to get out of clothing. I hate it. Yeah, I mean,
We don't do clothing, but we are able to identify a good deal.
I mean, when $1 a piece, you know.
Jen Michael Vincent and Jam Hammer. That's right.
But I am sort of curious to see, like, oh gosh, like who's gonna return this?
Well, and we do expect that from clothing, which is another reason why we don't do it. But I can't pass up $1 like vintage Patagonia or cool pants. I know I'm gonna get. Maybe I'll only get $15 a pair of pants, but I'll sell all 5 pairs at once, and then that's like 15. Like $75.
Biff is saying you are so.
You can call me Al. AI. Al.
Biff was saying you're so right about only seeing this accepted offer nonsense on the offers pending tab. eBay is way too stupid with this issue right now. Fix the basics, Jamie.
I know. I mean, and I'm trying to make a sale. Now, 2 things could happen today being the 30th. Everybody's going to get a lot of sales because tomorrow, get ready for the hand in your pants for the
they're going to want their monthly
store fees. Plus, eBay is down currently. Well, I would expect people's sales to be better because eBay is down. Stocks are down right now. So the end of this quarter is going to end with stocks down. So I'm wondering if they're going to flip the switch on us. I was thinking maybe on the 30th, everyone would get just an avalanche of sales. So they could, I don't know. They still only want to have 2% across the board. So maybe they don't do that. It's all very complicated. Paul's eyelids are droopy.
Sleepy too.
My mom knocked all her teeth out. This is like old. This is like vintage fracking the horde. It's like an hour ago.
Behind.
I'm dumb. eBay would let me contact a buyer who hasn't paid. I could work this out, smooth it over. Yes.
I can't believe literally like almost an hour ago now, Paul's like, oh, I'm going out for a smoke. I'll return.
Here, wait, hand me the...
Yeah.
So, can I remember what they all are? Yes, I ordered them on here. So this is the Titan display module. The Titan display module.
Oh, it's hard to see.
Oh, it's all very shiny.
Yeah, there you go.
So here's the Titan display module, and we have... So that one's actually from me from olden days. This is from me from olden days. That is from me from olden days. So all these 4 right here, I've actually owned since I was a kid. The Alf and the ET were after my collecting time, so those have been bought. And then the rest of them are purchase history. Back to the Future 2, Charlie's Angels, which I have, but I just didn't have a wax pack of it. Incredible Hulk, $6 Million Man, Mork and Mindy, Three's Company, and Star Wars Blue.
Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, Cyndi Lauper and Alf, right? So yeah, well, Cyndi Lauper is still coming. And then we'll have the very first. I bought a wax, just the wax, just on the outside wax, not even a whole, not with cards in it. A wax pack for $20 for the very first Star Wars one, which I think is worth it.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Excuse
You're not
me.
supposed to do that. So that is it, and we might have. I think that's all of them.
Poops,
actually.
Poops, death, and.
We haven't gotten to the third one yet.
I'm just saying that distraction.
So we get it done.
Yawn.
We can get it done. We'll get it done. Notice I didn't say get R done because I said
Mike was saying I have chumps asking for lower prices, and I simply cackle. No, seriously, I reply to them and convert a few.
Yeah, well, you should. I maybe it was a guy named Mike. I wonder who it was.
Did you say aloha to spending cents?
I did, but we can do it again. Aloha spending cents, because we actually came down this far.
Yeah, I see that it was grayed out in this stuff.
Oh, wait. That did the golf guy.
Happy Monday.
Aloha. Thank you. I hope you had some good. You probably had some good sales because it's time for you, right? The golfing. People golf right around this time. I guess they golf all throughout the year, but I don't think you want to golf in the snow up here. So we only have summer golfing. Michelle Kirkpatrick.
Aloha.
I would not leave negative feedback. Just report if possible. I look at feedback left for others when I consider taking an offer. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think because this person took care in packaging the item and the item is as described, sure, if something else was wrong, then maybe, but definitely just leave it.
The only thing that I have an issue with is that I don't want to be judged through the same lens. That's what I guess that's it. I am a better seller than that. I don't want to be judged through that lens.
Oh,
If I sell something, I just give it to them.
You don't want other buyers to have a bad experience and then not shop on eBay anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the thing I worry about. And that's why I have to be indignant. I'm not going to leave him a negative because, again, only because I purchased it. Again, for the higher price.
Right.
Because I wanted it.
You didn't have to.
If he
You
canceled
chose
it
to.
and I was like, I can't afford to buy it at his higher price, I would have just fat negative right on his face. Thank you. Because I get negative. I've gotten 2 negatives for less than that. I'm not saying I would just do it because someone gave me a negative, but I do think that I would feel so burned if I couldn't afford to spend the extra $60 or whatever it was on it. I don't know if that's fair to feel that burned.
No, you're very sensitive.
I'm very sensitive.
I said aloha to Husty's Emporium, but you didn't click on it.
Aloha.
Aloha. Paul's returned, and he's considering getting a tiki bar in their back. I blame you guys in the backyard.
Nice. Get the tiki
Do
bar.
it.
Your whole life will change. Wait, who said that? I don't even see who said that.
Paul.
Where did Paul say that? I have returned. It's hotter out than in. And then we got considering getting it. Oh, I found it. Consider getting a tiki. You have to. You know what's really nice about that is we're all old. You don't need to be going out to the pubs anymore, man. Keep it safe. Keep it sane. You just have your liquor in the back shed. And then you put a tiki on it. It's a tiki bar. Thank you. I, unfortunately, am addicted to water only at this point. We went to the doctor today. What did he say? You, sir, are a mess. Not what he said. He said, I'm darling. He said, hey, little darling. What did the doctor say about me today? Did he say anything good?
I don't know.
You don't care. You don't even care. I'm trying to fill up the last 22 minutes.
Why don't you read comments?
We can do that. I'm bypassing Olive Lag's comments. The outside sounds
Why?
awful. Because there's a lot of them. I will read the top fans because apparently I can click on that crown and it gives me a full rundown all the way to 29 now. Biff is number 1. Please speak your name. Biff Baffa. Pico number 2. This is great. I don't know. It's your experience point. So Biff Baffo has 175 experience points. Pico comes in number 2 at 150. Same with Paul. Lag.
Mike G.
Mike G it shows as life is short. 125. Kelly Surf Dude. Kelly's a surfer. Is that Kelly? Is that our Kelly? What was Kelly? One of the greatest surfers of all time. I can't remember his last name, which I think he died in like at Mavericks or something. Kelly. His name's Kelly though. It's been a long time I've been in Vermont. I forget all the other stuff about California. And then everybody else.
Why don't you
Carla is number 11.
Carla's
11. Record Crate is 14. Quick and Bigger Chat is 15. Spending Sense Mike Mecco is 17. Ayo is 18. Step up to the plate, Ayo. Come on. You're only 18. Did Big Golf Guy's 21. James is 23. Callie Debs 25 or 24. Yeah. Flipping Ain't Easy is 29. But he made the list.
And yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not who comments the most.
I don't know what it is.
Yes, like all this eBay talk makes me and spam yawn. Yeah, coupons for the win. Husty's
We
Emporium.
don't use coupons.
We don't, but
haven't yet.
we're doing a 30% discount right now on our media store, and that definitely generated sales.
So what that means though is 30% off, 5% promoted, 15% eBay. I mean, it sounds crazy, right? But it's not, because my prices are too high for, sort of high. So what we've done is basically just brought our actual prices down to just below everybody else's, but not a race to the bottom.
Sorry.
Race to the bottom comes later in time. This is just me selling stuff for cheaper than everybody else. The race comes when somebody else tries to counteract my going low.
So Kelly was saying, Primo, you have to adjust on both pages. I had the same issue for years
That's what
until
I'm saying.
another YouTuber made a video about it.
Son of a gun.
They make it all too complicated. Wait, the shipping?
It's what I literally just said again, that I guess you have to do it both in your business policies and say, for the first one, it's $4.99. For each additional, it's $1. And in the advertising dashboard, or not advertising.
Oh, thanks,
your promotion
Kelly.
dashboard. So I'm going to just write that down. You have to do it in both places. I'm going to look at that right when I'm done. In both places. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
You need to switch to 3D when that big hand comes out. So, Pitco with the AI, with his lister that he created, he said it takes only about 10 seconds per listing.
I mean, and that means you can do 6 in a minute. That's nothing. I mean, I can't grade Pitco's. Like, I can't say how much he would make. Like, is he a great? Like, how good is he at programming his own thing? But for the amount of time that he's taken, and if he can produce something that can do this in a way that he's pleased with,
and who was the YouTube person that was like gonna put out there the information on how to program?
He put it out.
Yeah.
What's the rest of your statement? Who is he? I don't know who he. I don't remember his name. But he's been in our show, and Biff knows who he is, and he did. I mean, it does. But the problem is debugging and making it actually work for
Always having to like update it and stuff. Galaxy Rocks and Flips CD. Galaxy CDs Rocks and Flips.
Where's my thing? Right.
He is taking a break from YouTube.
Galaxy CDs Rocks and Flips. Yeah, he had a video yesterday that he's really. I'm gonna have to take up the slack, I guess, because my mouth can't be stopped. So it doesn't matter how I feel. I'm just going to keep yapping one way or the other. But yeah, he's taking some time off. I hope he gets the rest that he wants and is able to come back.
Well, yeah, I feel that there's definitely a good group of people that appreciated his videos and him. So
for sure. But I keep thinking, I'm like,
I was thinking that. I was like, geez Louise, you could just literally talk 24 hours a day all day long.
If I got paid for it, I would just sit here and talk. I wouldn't do any more eBay. If I really got any good money on YouTube, I would not do eBay anymore. I would just sit here. I got noises, people.
I gotta have reasons to use my buttons.
I've got to say that I truly enjoyed his reseller news and just how he would like read it and
me. Who? CD Rocks and Flips was actually a serious person, and I think
so.
He had
I didn't have to read it myself, and he would also explain it too. So
yeah, so he
somebody who was not understanding
a pretty word for word read out of the articles from.
But then he
Liz
would
Morton
sort of explain it as well in his own words.
No, I think he was. I liked his voice. I liked his.
Me too.
Calm, slow demeanor.
So hopefully,
it's opposite of mine.
Hopefully, he'll be re-energized by this summer, and then come back at some point.
Agreed. We speak your name. Whoops, I got a lot of that.
So
Ryan, we speak your name. From CD Rocks and Flips, Galaxy, CD, Rock, Flips, etc. Maybe he just needs to drop a word off of his name and then he can come back. CD Galaxy CDs, Rocks, and Flips.
Yeah, Paul, isn't that funny? Pokey isn't
Have a
doing
great day,
his
Kelly.
hoovering as much anymore.
He's
And I'm
he
like,
eats plenty of
okay, so then
treats.
like 6 months from now, are we gonna
He's
be
dead.
like, oh
He
God,
stopped eating his treats.
he
The
stopped eating his
dude eats treats like a maniac.
He's still eating them in the morning, but
in the
yeah,
morning and leaving.
I don't know. His
He's
little
fine.
habit changed.
Can you stop?
Major win! Oh,
Oh my gosh, Major, let us
sorry.
hear.
Don't you ever be sorry. You have no reason to be sorry.
Permanent record. I will put this down on my post-it note list of
Oh,
permanent-
okay. So Biff did notice also. He said, yes, the item-specific checkboxes took a big leap forward
Yes.
recently.
You saw that too, Biff? Uh-oh. What's that mean? What does it all mean? Does it mean that eBay's getting closer to making their actual AI work? We'll see. We'll see.
So Doug was saying aloha. Oh, sorry we're late. Working, work. Yay! Good. I think of you guys often when when I was photographing clothing the other day. I was like, ah, and then I was like, wow, they do this all the time.
We did some clothes because couldn't not do it.
It took me a long time.
I'll wait until AI Lister works out all its kinks, but I'll come to think about it. How did cross-listing tools go? If AI still requires a ton of modifications, then it will yield the same disappointment. Well, I think cross-listing worked a lot better, but cross-listing still isn't instant. So if you had a super popular item, it's still possible that you might get yoinked. You might sell it and it wouldn't take it off. Because I think the best cross-listers take 10 minutes or more to bring down your item. I mean, that's the worst thing.
I think one of the great things with a cross lister is you have a backup if for some reason something happens with eBay.
That is kind of the best thing about cross
right?
listers, yeah. And both as
hey,
far
Beard,
as
no more tears. I have a ride.
Both, as far as I know, both huge cross listers available to the public through List Perfectly don't work. So,
List Perfectly was so disappointing.
And they took it down. Remember, they even not the other one that's Vendu took down their AI.
And that was with easy barcoded brand new DVDs, and I was just like, this is more hassle.
This is more hassle for my
what it's
castle.
worth.
I don't need more. But at the same time, I'm gonna early adopt as soon as List Easier is out. I'm gonna adopt that for trials and see. For the most part, I know it's gonna work because I've already been able to utilize AI to get a result that I want. It just takes me way too long, and that's just not in my wheelhouse. But I'm gonna be very excited when somebody makes a new wheelhouse. I don't know if I put that up, but yeah, item-specific checkboxes are multiplying for some reason, which can only mean probably that they're getting more close to some sort of AI integration. No more tours. I saw Ozzy Osbourne on his No More Tours tour like 3 times in one summer, and I was like, how does that work?
I've got to say, like, Pokey is even more adorable in person.
Because if you can touch him and feel his little warmth in his little big eyes. Look at this. See this? I'm
Well,
literally.
you have that in the-
Sorry. I'm literally petting his eyelids. He doesn't really like it, but I'm doing it.
But yeah, he's definitely more adorable in person.
Aloha, Beard. I hope you have you sold your MDS REA 380 yet? JE 380. I don't know why this is the week or so of mini discs, but yes, we are selling 3 of them ourselves, which are two 500s and a 320. Oh, I don't even have it
Paul
up
is
here.
saying jovial,
I
right?
actually have to take it apart. I'm like cleaning out the actual gear mechanism of the player.
If I could get a Pokey clone, I'd sell a kidney. I'm telling you,
We could
Oh,
keep that kidney
boy.
for later. We'll just put it in the freezer.
Uh,
Probably need one.
Just,
someday.
he is just the sweetest little guy ever.
Right, Biff? Right. So the question is, will something motivate them? Are they motivated? Is this part of the plan? Is this the first sign that they're doing it with the little extra little item specifics with the check boxes? I think so. I think it's possible.
I was really, really.
Lenny says awesome.
Oh, thank you, Lenny. He really is.
He does nothing wrong. He behaves. He is just perfect.
Yeah.
Lenny's like game over. He's the game over. You can't get a bear dog. He's tiny. He's cute. My dentist doesn't like my dog. And I'm so grindy because he's so cute. I actually put up a slush puppy vinyl flag out back today, but it fell off. I need different brackets. You actually put the drink slush puppy? Do you have those over there? Are you allowed to have fruit juicy red over in England? Me too. A kidney and half the liver if it needs be. Holy cow! We need to get a pokey fun factory out here so we can start squirting out.
And he goes with us everywhere. I think we've mentioned that, but all the garage sales, yard sales we go to.
He does.
And everyone is just like, wow, he's so good. Oh boy, what a cute dog. Oh.
That frame, it's somewhere else. It's by Titan Displays. It's the only one that I could find that was good. I think this is a very well made.
TitanDisplay.com. I got it on eBay.
I bought it directly
Amazon.
from them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because it saved $10 over the eBay price. So it was $79
for some reason, I thought you got
on
it
eBay.
on Amazon.
Well, I'm sorry you thought that. But oh no, now you have to hold it in because I have to fix it.
But yeah, TitanDisplay.com. TITAN.
And what's nice about it is that's a magnet. Wait, I'm not done.
Oh.
What's nice about it is that this is a magnet. These are magnets here. So to get into it, your display, it's that simple. It's like that. And you can put them in there and they fit. It's a nice deep pocket for your thing. And then it snaps back together. And it doesn't, they're like super magnets.
And it has the two
yes.
holes for nail. Well, you know, you slide.
And it even comes with the little things to go on your wall.
Oh,
And the
really?
screws. Yeah, it does. With
Oh,
hardware.
cool.
But this is awesome. Yeah, agree. So again, $70. It's $80 on eBay plus $10 shipping. So I ordered directly from the company, saving $10. And they also have a horizontal one. So we have literally no more room in our house for anything wide. So I wanted that skinny one. And if you want the horizontal one with the same amount of packs, 15, right? $10 cheaper. So, and I haven't seen a better one. And I will give full credit. Where did I see this? I saw this. It was on Shane show. Soda City Rips, I want to say. One of his very first show, he did Shane is Soda City Flips. And he had a show, or still does, called Soda City Rips. Not my thing at all, but I like to, check everybody's stuff out. And it was his first show, and it was his cohort on that show. In his background, he had one of those Titan frames. And I'm like, that's the solution. How am I ever going to look at these wax packs that are in a drawer, essentially? Because you pull them out, you look at them like Legos or something, you put them in a box and put them away. I want to see my stuff before I croak. Oh, and if I don't look at it, and if it's not on a wall, I'm selling it. That's how I do things now. Thank you.
Spending cents. So I just got an order for a teeny plush rabbit with the only name to send to is home. I am thinking a kiddo did that.
Oh, that's so cute.
What do you do? Do you send a message and go, oh, is this correct? But they would have that's weird. If that's the address, though.
Well, it said with the only name to send it to, so maybe there is an address, but the name is home.
Okay, Axe Monkey, she's saying, I'm back. Spam, just send whatever pictures you have. I'll surprise Primo with something.
That's so awesome. Axe Monkey has a new sticker business, and is that we can promo? I forget what it is off the top of my head because now I'm hooked on the VHS. Is it on there? It's not. It's separate business.
As Lag said, Elsa said it best. Let it
Let
go. What goes?
No, let it. Doc said that guy looks like I got a body. He's like, you got a body built by reselling. Go have a hot dog. Thanks. Thanks, Doc. Biff is number one. You know, there's something going on. He knows
Kelly
everything.
Slater. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Kelly Slater was the man. And then, yeah. Surfing is I used to love surfing growing up in California. I loved more of the thought of the lifestyle of surfing rather than the actual practice. And one time I went to, I went over to Carmel by the sea. This is, I don't know, 18 years old. And I had a Vespa scooter and I made my friend come with me. And I brought like gloves. It was totally Dumb and Dumber. I brought gloves and like extra pants and everything. Because when you go from inside the Bay Area where it's all hot and like 100 degrees, Los Gatos, and you're going up over to Santa Cruz. When you get up over to Santa Cruz, it could be 60. There could be fog, even though your tires melted on the pavement on the other side of the hill. So we get over there. This guy doesn't have any clothes. I don't care. We're just going to go to Carmel. So we go there. I technically went there to go see my girlfriend who was on a family vacation. Her parents weren't that happy with me doing that because they were trying to get away from me. And they had a Laura Ashley house in Carmel. It was all Laura Ashley in the brown Laura Ashley print. Anyway, I got to stay at their rental house, which was super nice. And my friend who went over there with us, we were just out on the beach and we were drinking champagne and there were some other people around and he just went off and like stayed with just some people we had just met, surfers. And it turns out surfers don't necessarily need like a nice, comfy place to sleep. They'll sleep on a rock in someone's basement because they're all high on acid or something like that. I mean, it's a story. But surfers are hardcore. That was my point. And I'm not as hardcore as surfers are, but I did surf a little bit.
Pico was saying you can read our comments because we are all crowned.
You are. Hey, Skippy. Now I'm Skippy. I try so hard. Can't you see the earnest trying that I'm trying to read but I can't. John, comments agree with me about new condition. What? I actually read some. Weird. Yes, that is. Reading is not fundamental around here.
Hey, Amazon seller.
I think AI listing tools are great, but I think 10 seconds isn't counting for taking. No, not at all. But that's the point. Because
photos are the most frustrating thing for me.
But nothing is changing. The photos are the thing you still have to do by hand. There's no way to get that information into the AI without it.
Oh, well, especially when you're selling used goods, you can't have stock photos, you know, or you shouldn't.
Kelly Slater's still alive. We speak your name, Kelly Slater. Don't hold that against me. Still alive. Nice. Okay. Most of the people, surfers don't last that long, especially when they're the big wave surfers. A lot of them don't make it to old age.
Amazon Seller 99 was saying I use projects with Chat GPT and it's great for listings, but it makes a lot of errors. It even miscounts items and a lot makes up fake titles for books, etc.
These are sort of the things that our people making our AI tools are thinking about. So that's going to be nice. And so I wonder what an independent, I do know somebody has put up on eBay. I don't remember his name. Biff would know him, but he showed, step by step how he did it. It's just there's all that the
Patience.
mistakes that they make and all that stuff is going to be metered out so that the amount of mistakes are minimal, but you're still going to have to look for them. Unless you make an AI script that then can go, it's just a proofreading script that will go proofread. I don't know how you get that. I guess you can work on it. Never heard of this person. Hasn't showed up on the Bigfoot adventure yet.
Ryan, I was wondering where you were. I figured you probably forgot it was Monday.
It's Monday. Does it really matter?
Amazon
when you're a
Seller
reseller?
99 was saying I listed a lot of 12 unfortunate events books using ChatGPT, and it accounted 14 books and made up 3 titles that weren't there. Do not trust AI without proofreading. My 2 cents.
But if all you got to do is proof, then that's great.
Paul
Carl Cards is a YouTube channel, and he has, I mean, if you're interested in the inner workings of how to make a script work for listing things on eBay, he's put that out for you to check out. But even, I mean, I know like since he put out that video, he had to make several changes to it. Biff, I think people were having problems. So he's had to change it even a couple times just since he said, look how easy it is to do this. It's not easy. And you will pay for it. You will pay. Oh yeah, that's what I got this.
Oh yeah, you will pay for it. You're gonna use AI, you're gonna like it, and you're gonna pay for it. Thank you.
Giff was saying, let's have a 24-hour live marathon.
Okay. I do actually work though. I mean, I do. I have to package up that big ass Onkyo thing today. Should I do a video of packaging the Onkyo? Can we be done now?
Isn't that like a 4-hour packing thing?
That one's not 4 hours.
Okay,
That one's just roll it.
let's get through these. Primo. You need to do a Muppet version of You and Spam like Duggan Road. I'd
We
love
did
to
that.
see what it came out.
It's about maybe 20 episodes ago.
Well, it was just
15 episodes ago.
just a thumbnail, but it wasn't as Muppety as theirs. So
No, well, they have a background. We're just our heads.
yeah, I would like a better Muppet one too. The good software management cross-listening software options are expensive, but you get what you pay for.
Please, if you Amazon Seller 99, please, if you haven't already, check out TreeCat. I'm a fan of their software works, and it works. I think it works well. That's not the issue. The issue is they only charge you when an item sells, which means that essentially they're giving you, at this point, they give you a free backup of all your items. So none of your items sell. You still have a backup with them, and you pay nothing. So I think that I like that payment model better, where I think they charge. It's not 50 cents. It's under 50 cents. Also depends on how much you sell, and their price goes down.
This is me knowing nothing about how computers really work, but they get TreeCat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
TreeCat.io.
They get their information from the listing you created on eBay, though, right? So
They're-
if something happens to eBay, would they lose that data?
No.
Would they lose your
So
stuff?
what they do
Okay.
is they use eBay is your home base, so to speak.
Yeah.
So they suck up all your listings. I think you can make them on TreeCat. I've never done that, but you
Gotcha. Okay.
can. So it's a listing tool too, but it's like just they have AI. They do have AI. I have not utilized it, so I can't comment on it.
Keith,
But as far as just being able to back up your software, TreeCat seems to be the best deal because you don't pay for it until an item sells.
Yeah.
Thank
Pitka was saying that that once you get used to like proofreading, you can just start you get it down quicker, faster. You skim it in seconds, and compared to listing manually, it's way faster, less work, and saves him around 3+ hours a day.
Come on.
Big Dre, aloha.
Pitco's unnamed, only for himself listing program saves him 3 hours a month. So imagine what a commercial program's going to do, which is coming out.
He had somebody create the program for him.
Oh,
Big
well,
Dre,
imagine when Josh Galt's List Easier comes out, and then we can all save 3 hours a day. Add that up, and that's
Amy!
1 billion people's lives are saved. Thank you. Big Dre. What about Big Dre?
I've said Big Dre twice. You're
That's good.
talking so much.
A magnetic socket rail and a vacuum. That is a
Nice to see
wide
you.
selection of items.
And Amy, why were you talking about dancing earlier on?
Because I played just a.
Oh, right. Flash
Irene,
dance.
Irene Cara.
Amy,
To open-
Nesbitt experience.
And I was thinking of you when I actually I was talking about
Beard.
you as we rolled into the show.
Beard
Thinking about
Franklin is really cute. Pokey's okay.
It's no Franklin. Oh my. No, he is a Franklin, but we call him Pokey.
Ryan sold a shirt on Etsy.
Just
Well,
on
that's
accident.
good.
That's awesome.
Uh,
I've been going through my eBay today, polishing up on promoted fees and marketing and advertising, etc.
went from 12% down to 10%. Take a couple of weeks for it to actually see a result from that. Big Dry, I have a bunch of mini discs and players valued over $3,000, but it's my personal
collection.
nice.
I mean, they made a lot. They did put out quite. I have a few albums on mini disc, but for the most part, I mean, it was like you kind of had to be a rich kid to have, especially the in-dash mini disc in your car. That was pimp, and some people did have that, but not me.
Mike G, if Pokey is the sweetest guy, then I want proof. Show a delivery person coming to the door, or get another dog and show them all your affection.
We have to.
Pokey.
We
Well,
actually
Pokey,
show proof.
when we're
It's
we're-
trust but
when we're
verify. I
home-
understand.
When we're home on his territory, he's protective of us and he'll bark. But if we're away from our home, he does not bark or anything.
He just sits in her arms and looks at people. And when they get close to him, he puts his hand out.
And he only barks, again, when we're on his territory in our home and we're home. If we're not home and he is, which is very rare, but like today when we went to the doctor's appointment, he couldn't come with us. If somebody were outside our house, because our neighbor has done this when we've asked him to check on Pokey,
He'll just hide in the corner.
he doesn't bark. He's only barking if we're home because he feels he needs to protect
We were
us.
at a garage sale this weekend, and this lady walked up to him. He's so docile, and put tiny
Baby
little
socks.
baby socks on his little baby feet.
They're selling their Airbnb down on the lake here, and they were trying to sell off all the last pieces of furniture and whatever. And she's like, "Oh, I found these little teeny baby socks in the dresser. Someone
put
left
them
them
right
there.
on.
Here."
This lady we don't even know
put
just
them on your dog.
shot our dog.
She's like, yeah,
is
people do
socking
that, don't they? And I'm like,
shod?
well,
His shot is shooed, but
dog
I mean,
shoes, but. And it was so cute. So he had these little baby cotton socks on his
were they
back
like
feet.
were they like an alcohol brand? What were the socks?
No.
What were they?
Oh,
Were they actual
stop.
baby
Well,
socks?
do you see what time it is? We got to get going.
I got
here.
it. Biff says, I was listing some and couldn't believe all the checkboxes and how many
Yes.
accurately applied. I'm thinking how much this AI will, when eBay has this covered so well. Are they, it seems to have just be happening like right now.
Okay, but here's
So
my
does that mean
question.
that they're going to actually release their AI tool soon?
Biff.
that works?
So, listing vinyl.
I see.
Okay. Vinyl with barcodes, or you're typing in the artist and then you're saying it's a record. Because I was thinking this was so awesome because this was barcoded stuff. So it wasn't basing everything necessarily on my title. It's because it recognized the barcode. But your vinyl, though, a lot of it's vintage without barcodes, right? And it was doing well with that. Hey, Signal Fixer.
Yeah. I mean, we need things with no barcodes, of course. Paul, I don't know. I've had a box made once, so that it had, the Space Invaders pinball machine, and you put the lights around the outside, and then it looks like a forever mirror type thing. I've seen that done with other back glasses, but I've never actually seen a good pre-built one. Maybe because the back glasses aren't all the same size.
Signal Fixer, aloha.
Aloha to
does
you.
No, not in the bag. I just carry him in my arms, and he has a little leash on, and then I'll wrap a blanket around him. Often.
She's very she's what I call the bohemian Paris Hilton. That's what she looks like. She's kind of like dropping things behind her, like, but she's got that dog, and he's like all floppy and melted like a cheese. Looks like a cheese.
Biff, he is actually putting in
Wow. Okay.
old baseball cards in the wrappers.
Yeah, if I don't have an actual
He's
pack,
asking, will you bulk up your Star Wars wrapper with actual cards?
no. Well, yes,
Oh,
with these.
right. Yeah.
So I thought better of myself. I was like, why am I taking out my good cards and putting them in the wrappers when I have all these old baseball cards I can just stuff in there? They'll look the same. Now look at this. I unwrapped these right here. So I had a whole bunch of these for real, and I took them out, and they have they had Tony Hawk in them, and people were calling it Tony Hawk rookie card because that doesn't exist. But they were worth a lot of money, so I opened up. I had a whole box of them, but I kept the gums. That's my point. So I've got gums.
So he's putting
See?
in gum.
So I've
also.
actually got. So I'm putting in the baseball card so it'll have the proper look, but then also the gum so it has that just gentle little bulge in the front. Are you happy to see me? Here's that piece of gum. That's what the packs are saying. So. It's gonna be. I'm gonna forget. I'm old enough to forget those aren't gonna be real packs in there. I just live with that because I'm too old.
Somewhere down the road, like there would be an
I'll be
estate
like, oh my gosh,
sale.
he's got all these. We'll sell them.
Wait, Queen Bees.
Queen Bees. Hey.
Aloha.
We're 12 minutes over the end of the show, but
Eat the gum. Eat the gum.
Ryan, I've eaten the gum before. You know I ate the gum once. And you don't eat the gum. The gum just turns to dust and makes you feel dumb. The gum makes you feel dumb. I ate the gum.
Wait. Lag says, I like export your store cross-lister. You make a eBay listing and it does the cross-listing automatically. Pancakes.
Pancakes. Number 2. That's pancakes. Biff says, I could just get open source AI listing. I could change my own game with my own prompts and expertise. And, let's see when the software comes out, what kind of customizations we'll be able to make with it. And that'll be another interesting chapter in this saga. Queen Bees 2 times. Aloha. Actually, let's go. We're out of here. Queen Bee has the right thing. Okay, there's the. Once you play the song, you can't go back. This is the end of the show. Thank you all for joining us. We love you all. You're the greatest.
Thank you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. It's Monday. Go out there and make the best of it.
FAE tonight.
FAE tonight. Double check your promotion. Your if you buy 2 get 2 free type thing. Double check that hasn't rolled out because I think that's happening more and more. And crazy. So
okay, Biff, that's so exciting. Biff was saying no barcodes. I would just do the artist and title and the label too, and like 20 other things. This is so promising, Biff. I'm so excited.
Get back to work, you slacker.
okay, love you guys. Bye.
Wait, bye everyone. Thank you so much.
I just talked to
You
him.
mean so much to us. Thank you.
That's Pokey.
We love
watch,
you guys.
Watch, I'll trigger him.
Oh.
Aloha. I love you too, baby.
You are the best. You are truly the best.
He's activated by alohas. Aloha to you. Have a great day. See
Thank
on
you,
Wednesday.
everyone. We appreciate you. Carla, Callie.
Oh my gosh. Carla, last day to use your
Thank you, Carla.
store coupons. If you
Everyone.
haven't, go look under
Thanks for the reminder.
if you need to have a little, if you don't remember where it is, because this is super important. I will be furious if you don't use your free money from eBay, because they're going to charge you tomorrow, by the way. So under marketing, go to subscriber discounts from your seller hub, and you will see eBay shipping supplies, see details, and it will either say redeemed or there'll be a number in there. Use it or lose it.
Thanks, Carla, for
By
the reminder.
tomorrow.
Looks
Everyone,
like
thank you so
cleanup
much.
on aisle
Mwah.
4.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Aloha! Look at Pokey.
He's the greatest.
He's going
Look
to
at that
town.
Foot. Look at that foot. He's doing
He's doing a
pirouette,
groom
ballet.
sesh.
How is that?